Hello and welcome to Silverstone, the home of British motorsport, where it's safe to say the Mercedes-AMG PETRONAS F1 team are hard at work, getting ready for the season ahead. With the first race in Bahrain just 17 days away, Toto, Lewis and George, it's time to get down to business. And Toto, I'll kick off with yourself. It's been a busy winter and big news announced.
Yeah, very busy winter. Obviously, it's going to be our last season with Lewis, so we're keen in bringing a really quick car. And then in the factory, hard working to deliver the product, which we shall see today how it goes.
And Lewis, Toto mentioned it there. It's your last season with the team. I'd love to talk to you about your last few weeks and thoughts about the season ahead.
Yeah, well, it's obviously been emotional. It's very surreal to be here, given I came here in 2013. So 11 years with the team, starting my 12th, and it is such a privilege to work with a group of people where you see the work they're doing over winter. We go through this process over the last couple of years. You see a car come together at the beginning of the year. It's the most exciting part of the season, really. It's what you see in everyone's launches. You see that this is the first time I've seen the car come together as a whole, but to know everything that's underneath the hood, which people won't get to see, but George and I will get to experience on the track. It's exciting.
Exciting is the word. And George, you're doing this now for your third season here. How do you feel about the challenge ahead?
Yeah, really excited for the year ahead. As Lewis said, there's been so much work going on over this winter. We've learned so much over the last 2 years with these new regulations of cars. And it really is an exciting part of a year because you're going into the unknown. We've done so many laps on the simulator, so many meetings, conversations with the designers, the engineers, everybody bringing this car to life. We just want to get behind the wheel now and see how it performs.
Well, you've teed this up perfectly, George, because it's time to turn our attention to the reason that we're all here today, the Mercedes-AMG W15 Performance. And Toto, just in terms of the process, what's it been like watching this car come together?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I can't remember all of us being so interested in finally starting the car up, firing it up, and seeing how it is, and realizing this is a complete relaunch of a car. It is very different, not only on the aerodynamic surfaces, but mainly underneath. There's so many mechanical changes that we have done, which we hope are going to translate into more performance, more predictability, a car that the drivers can really push. And we'll see it next week in Bahrain.
And talking about Bahrain, this is just one step in the road to Bahrain. But in terms of the launch day itself, how much of a personal milestone is it?
Yes, like Lewis said before, this is the best moment because over the winter so many people have worked on the car, and you're seeing it in the wind tunnel, and you see the drawings, and then for the first time it's in front of you. And for me, when you look at the livery this year, we've gone a step back to the silver, but the color combination is amazing between the silver, the Petronas green, the black car, which is something that we had for many years and going to stay with us, and then lots of red as a nice touch.
If we were to rewind the clock 12 months, definitely started with some difficulties, but the season ended with second in the Constructors. So with that said, where's the team's mindset in terms of possibly building on that this season?
Yeah, we got it wrong with the new regulations, but when we will be looking back in 10 years or longer, and you're going to read that we finished first 8 times in a row, and then third and second in the constructor, it will look like it was a respectable result and wasn't so bad. But this is not counting another team and another driver winning most of the races. So our aim is to consolidate our positions towards Ferrari and McLaren, sometimes Aston Martin, and be at the forward part of that group. In the same time as trying to race at the very front. This is our aim. We're determined to do so, and at the same time we know how difficult it is, because you're a step behind that your main competitor that has gotten it right straight from the get-go. But we love the challenge, and this is why I'm so eager, and all of us so eager to see the car finally driving.
And talking about the challenges, you've been very honest about them, especially in recent times. In terms of the team, what's the approach to possibly overcoming those in the coming season?
I think most important is that you look inwards. What is it that we got wrong? Why did the virtual world not correlate with the real world? And I think we found some clues. We went into this direction. We tried to eliminate as many as possible variables. And the buzz that is in the company is something that I haven't seen for so many years. We know it's difficult. We know it's a big mountain to climb, because if a team is far ahead, like the Red Bull was last year. That's not easy, but I mean, we have a superb driver combination, hopefully a fast car, the best people in the factory that are giving it all in order to succeed, and I think there's some very good ingredients to be back in the front again.
It really is a special team. Lewis, from a driver's perspective, where's your focus at ahead of pre-season testing?
I mean, the focus through the whole of winter training is first, is getting the team back to where we once were. And I think we've had this difficult couple of years, which I think has been really grounding for us. It's helped us, regroup. We've had to relook at things, as Toto mentioned. And it's now just going through the important process, being really diligent with our work, understanding the data, understanding the car, maximizing from practice. Even just the one lap we might get in the rain today might give George and I a bit of a feeling of what's to come.
Everything you're saying is about our, we, us. How much do you enjoy working with the team to make the tweaks to evolve this car?
I mean, I've always loved working with a team. I think it makes, particularly when there's so many people, there's such a huge human element that's in the background whilst it's all about high performance, and it's this machine that we are building and that carries us across the line. Without all of those people in the background working as they do so incredibly hard, we would not ever get to where we need to be. So it's great when we all have that common goal, and we're all focused on that in the whole year. It's a real privilege.
George, Lewis and Toto have touched on this. In terms of the journey over the last, say, for example, 12 months, how important has that been for the team?
It's been massively important. As we've touched on, we hit the ground in 2022 and the car wasn't performing as we expected, but we've learned so much as a team, and we've got such an amazing team, so many people, 2,000 strong people across Brackley and Brixworth. So many people there are winners and champions, but there's also so many new people there who are so motivated to get Mercedes back to the very top. And I think that combination brings this fire within, and everybody's just so excited, motivated, working so hard. And as we said, we've seen all of the drawings, we've been in the wind tunnel, we've been driving it in the simulator, we've been seeing the design on the computers, and with the Petronas green down the side, and bringing the silver back to the race car. But seeing it here as one is really an exciting moment. But none of that matters until it hits the track and we see what the lap times produce.
And talking about that, you can hear it in your voice. How excited are you to get behind the wheel?
But to be honest, I couldn't sleep last night because it's this element of anticipation. I think when you arrive to around 3, 4 or 5, you've got an idea or an expectation of your performance. When you arrive to the first test and you arrive to the first race, you have no idea how this car is going to perform. You have an indication of the improvements you've made, but you don't know what your rivals have achieved. Have they made a step forward? Have they made any mistakes? Are we going to leap forward? Are there going to be cars from behind who are going to make an unexpected jump? So this is the time of the year where everybody's sat in anticipation, but all you can do is look at yourself in the mirror, maximize everything you can do, keep on working, don't worry about the rest, and I've got faith it'll come.
I feel excited, it has to be said. Toto, final question to yourself. What's the target for 2024?
Yeah, the target is to do a good job. Look inward, like I said, trying to have a car on track that is predictable, that has lots of downforce, a strong engine, and just do a solid job, deliver on our targets. That is what we would like to achieve. To give a car to Lewis and George that they enjoy driving, and not as difficult as the previous years. And hopefully in Bahrain, in a week's time, we will have some more good feedback than bad, but I'm really looking forward to have that car out on track in anger.
As are we all, by the way. Gents, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your honesty. Good luck for Shakedown and good luck for the season ahead. Well, unfortunately, that is just about all we've got time for. Shortly, as we've alluded, George and Lewis will be shaking down the W15 here at Silverstone, hopefully for more than just one lap, but we'll wait and see. You can follow that, by the way, on the Mercedes F1 social media channels. And so all that's left for me to say is roll on 2024.